Before we begin, as always, thank you for taking time out of your Monday night for checking out my video. It helps grow the channel. Appreciate it. I love you so much. Thank you. That being said, let's talk about Joker, the musical. Heavy on musical. What's going on, my YouTuber subscribers? Hope you guys are having a great start to your week, because I just got back from a special fan screening of the upcoming new Joker movie that's coming out this weekend. I'm gonna be honest from the jump. I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the movie. Joker Flora Deluxe. Calling it Joker 2. So Joker 2 comes out this weekend. Got a chance to see it early, and is the movie good? This movie is it's a mess. Let's get that out of the way. It's a mess. Ultimately, because I feel like there are so many songs in this movie that it just bogs down what the movie was trying to do. Like when the movie tried to kind of be like, okay, Joker and shit, you know, with the trial and stuff like that. That's when I was like, okay, this feels like a Joker sequel. But then it's like when the songs would just kind of just pop up left and right, I was just like, it's just too much. I was worried going to the movie, like, okay, it's a musical and shit. Some people were kind of like, well, you know, it's a musical, but it's not gonna like weigh the movie down. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna make sense. And I was thinking, like, okay, some songs are like, well, ultimately a lot of the songs are all in people's heads and Joker's head and shit, so it makes sense. But he's just like, you know, kicking his heels off, but just, you know, going la-di-da-di-da. But I was just like, it just happened so many times in the movie that it just kind of detracts from it all. Like I said, if you love musicals, then this is right up your alley. It's kind of like a lot of those old school, you know, 1930s toe tappers and shit. Like, as a 2-hour, 20+ movie, watching it, sitting down watching it, you are going to be like, ugh. It's a lot. Pros cons, I believe that Joker 2 officially comes out in theaters this Friday. Like I said, if you like the first movie, then there's might be something in this movie for you after you get past the songs. Here's why. I'm adding in the movie, Joaquin Phoenix, he still brings us Arthur Fleck, and I feel like the duality between him and Joker is even more in the forefront in this movie. The first movie, he was just pretty much like straight up Arthur Fleck. This one is really like, oh yeah, like the Joker is like coming out. Joaquin Phoenix played that great. I liked him. Nailed it. Opposite of him is Lady Gaga. Like I said, she was playing Harley Quinn. They only called her Harley Quinzel like one time in the movie. All intents and purposes, her name is just Lee. And I felt like she played a good opposite to Joaquin Phoenix Joker as Harley. They've had a good, you know, dynamic with each other. They put off, they had good chemistry. I'll say right off the jump, this is not like the traditional Harley Quinn and Joker that you know from the, you know, comics and TV shows and shit. This is really much just like, yeah, Harley Quinzel. It's just in the movie because we have to have Harley Quinzel and Lady Gaga. Two birds, one stone. Plot of the movie, more or less. Okay, how can I say this? Movie takes place 2 years after the events of the first movie, and ultimately, it is really about the trial of the Joker and what he did to those people and, you know, the talk show hosts in the first movie. That's like what the movie is really about. Getting to it, you gotta sit through Arthur in Arkham, and he's just, you know, going through his day-to-day stuff, went to the trial, but he has all these songs and shit, and other people just burst into musical numbers too out of nowhere. And Lady Gaga's in there too, just because that's the movie. Towards the movie, okay, like I said, I'll say the pros. The trial that happens in the second half of the movie, when the numbers are not playing, that's really good, because it really is like getting into Arthur's psyche. It's like, okay, where does Arthur end and Joker begin? And like, they play that up really good. I like that. That was great. Like, that's the part in the movie I was like, more of that, like the trial and shit. Like, you could have like really went on some whole like other shit with that. That'd have been great. The chemistry between Arthur Fleck and Lady Gaga was really great too. Like I said, they played that up more. That was good too. But like I said, the biggest con of this whole thing is the music numbers. Like, one song I felt that was like, not only was it a pretty good song, but it was also relevant to the entire story, and it was like in the middle of the court scene and shit. That felt kind of like one of those like, oh yeah, the Joker's really coming out now and shit. You probably saw it in the trailer in part. I don't think I'll say this movie was like, a lot of things happen that was just like, those are good shots, those are good moments that will look good in trailers. The full movie, I don't know. Oh my god, from like the first opening, like the first movie, the thing that kicked the whole thing off is the animation. I thought that was really good. That was good. Art start going into a lot of singing, and then Joker starts going into singing, and then Lady Gaga just turns to the Lady Gaga show, does her singing numbers and stuff. It's just pretty much just like, wow, there are a lot of songs in this, and not even all of them are great. If you're gonna have a musical, at least have some like yeah, I gotta put this on Spotify right now. And then like in the movie, kind of does this thing where it's like, I'm thinking it's going to be a sequel, but then it's like, oh, well, maybe that's supposed to be that. Maybe they can springboard off of that. Maybe that'll be that. Who the fuck knows? I really feel like this was a movie that was like, Warner Brothers was like, the first Joker made $1 billion. Do that again. And then decided like, let's make it a musical. Let's just make it a musical on a dare. Let's see what happens. And you're going to see what's going to happen this weekend. At the end of the day, The Joker 2, I felt like was a movie that is nowhere near as good as the first movie at all. It does have its moments here and there, but I just feel like the musical number just weighed this movie down too much. So much so that I feel like they're like two different movies. The first Joker movie was its own like psychological breakdown thriller. That was great. This movie just feels like a psychological movie in the center, but with the cocoon of this weird musical that's happening. And it's just like, just doesn't even feel like Joker anymore. I hate to say it, but I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, I'm going to say that Joker 2 is definitely a 4 out of 10, which is just okay. Joker 2 Philly Theater just Friday. You're going to see it. You're not going to see a type below. Let me know, talk about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.